Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Biohacking Beauty podcast. I'm your host, Amitay Eshel, and today we're going to have a solo episode. We are going to be talking about unlocking the power of ascorbate vitamin C. And this would be an episode that going to be talking about vitamin C, the science behind vitamin C, its powerful benefits, understanding how skincare ingredients work is essential to understanding or to being informed and making choices to optimize your skincare routine. So obviously, it's near and dear to our heart here at the Biohacking Beauty podcast and Young Goose, which is the skincare company that this podcast is brought to you by. But we are going to concentrate on the most effective form of vitamin C, which is the ascorbate form, which is what we use at Young Goose in our formulations, whether it is C.A.R.E or Pro C.A.R.E, which they are going to have the bigger amounts of those molecules. And the reason, and we're going to dive into the difference between those ascorbate forms and what you would normally find in your skincare, which is ascorbic acid. It's the ascorbic form. So, first of all, vitamin C is also known as ascorbic acid, is also known as ascorbate, vitamin C, calcium ascorbate, sodium ascorbate, THD. These are all ascorbate forms. This is a potent antioxidant and an essential nutrient that our bodies can't produce on their own. It plays a vital role in various biological processes, including collagen synthesis, which obviously is essential for maintaining skin elasticity and a youthful appearance. In skincare products, you'll often find different forms of vitamin C, as I said, such as L-ascorbic acid, magnesium ascorbyl phosphate, or MAP, which we're using as well, and ascorbate forms of vitamin C, which I mentioned, whether it is sodium ascorbate, whether it is calcium ascorbate, which is our favorite form to use as a holistic as a supporting ingredient, or THD, which is our favorite form in order to create a big impact. And the reason is because first and foremost, vitamin C in its ascorbate form, which we're focusing on here, has been proven to be superior to other forms due to its increased stability and enhanced absorption. So obviously, as a skincare company, that's what we're interested in, right? Stability. It means that what we put in the bottle, you're going to get the most amount of that product by the time you apply it on your skin. And not only, by the way, you apply it on your skin, there are layers of protection that your skin naturally has to protect ourselves from environmental stressors, aggressors, etc. That would also diminish some of the effects of products we put on our skin. So the more stable the product is, the more natural in its pH, in its acidity it's going to be, the better it's going to ultimately affect our skin. So that's number one, the stability. Number two, obviously, the ability to absorb is more significant. Part of the reason is that ascorbic forms like ascorbic acid, which is the most famous one you'll see, 10%, 20%, 30%, they are based on water. So they are not that bioavailable. The skin, which has an oily protective layer, doesn't really absorb them that well. Whereas THD at 3% THD, which we use in our Pro C.A.R.E, is like 24% L-ascorbic acid in its effect on the skin, without a lot of the drawbacks of using something acidic in that percentage. So all of the benefits, none of the drawbacks of having high percentage of vitamin C. So the ascorbic vitamin C, its antioxidant power and its skin protection is a big factor in a optimized skin biohacking ritual. One of the primary benefits of ascorbate vitamin C in skincare is its ability to neutralize free radicals, which are, if you remember if you've listened to other podcasts that we've had, they are unstable molecules that cause oxidative stress and damage, which would in the end lead to dysfunction and cellular death. So by combating oxidative stress, ascorbate vitamin C helps protect you and protect your skin from the harmful effects of environmental factors like UV radiation, blue light, pollution. Any stress from the environment is going to basically lead to oxidative stress. So incorporating vitamin C, an ingredient that the skin knows, once it's in the skin knows how to use it well, is obviously a big plus. Moreover, ascorbate form vitamin C has been shown to reduce inflammation and redness in the skin, making it an excellent choice for those dealing with sensitive or irritated skin. Obviously, it's still something that is stimulating a repair. So, the more sensitive your skin is, the more you're going to have to go low and slow. But again, emphasizing the difference between ascorbic acid and ascorbate form of vitamin C is that it is much more friendly to blood vessels in repairing blood vessels. And that is part of the reason that it is recommended for redness. Its superior ability to and stability and enhanced absorption compared to other forms of vitamin C really ensure that your skin receives the maximum benefits of this powerful antioxidant without many of the drawbacks. As far as brightening and hyperpigmentation, combating hyperpigmentation with vitamin C in its ascorbate form, this is a great option when we want to dial our skincare routine to affect those areas of hyperpigmentation or skin brightening. So in addition to its antioxidant properties, vitamin C, especially ascorbate form, is highly effective in addressing hyperpigmentation and brightening the overall complexion. It inhibits melanin production. Melanin is the pigment that gives our skin its color. So this is when it doesn't function correctly or when there is increased melanin production, that is what's responsible for creating dark spots and uneven skin tone. By targeting melanin production, ascorbate form vitamin C can significantly reduce hyperpigmentation and reveal a more radiant, even complexion. So when selecting a vitamin C product, it's crucial to consider the concentration, stability, and formulation. As I said, 3% ascorbate form, so THD specifically, which is the most effective ascorbate form for renewal, etc. We really are looking at 3% being equal to between 20 to 25% ascorbic acid form, which is what you're going to normally see in run-of-the-mill products. Medical grade, natural, doesn't really matter. That is a much cheaper product to use and formulate with. So obviously, and it's also much more impressive when you see 25% of something rather than 3%. So 99.9% of the companies are going to go with that. But ascorbate form vitamin C stands out due, again, to its superior stability, ensuring that the product remains potent and effective for a longer time when it's in the bottle, but also when it's being applied on the skin. So to give an example, most of the time, let's say you have a 15% ascorbic acid serum for that matter, you're going to apply it on the skin, it's going to be 7 to 10% by the time it absorbs into the skin, whereas 3% THD stays 3% THD. So it's not only that comparison to 20, 25% L-ascorbic acid is important, it's that secondary comparison when it eventually gets absorbed into the skin that matters the most. But again, it doesn't sensitize the skin as much, which is very important. Let's talk a little bit about integrating vitamin C, mainly ascorbate vitamin C, into a biohacking skincare routine or your skincare ritual. So to get the most out of ascorbate vitamin C, it is essential to integrate it into your daily skincare routine properly. For optimal results, we want to apply ascorbate vitamin C in the morning as it can boost the efficacy of your first of all of the way that your skin deals with sun damage and environmental stressors which I've already mentioned. And that, so aside from its regenerative benefits, we're again looking at something that can help us stave off some of the damage that we're incurring every day from the environment. And that damage is not only something that we're dealing with in the future, it's not only something we're going to pay for a month, a year, 10 years. That damage also occupies our skin as far as something that the skin, or that inflammation, that oxidative stress, something that the skin needs to deal with. And it's taking the skin off of what we call homeostasis, which is this balance where the skin is happy, content, and can kind of maintain optimal health. So we're anything else that we're going to do as far as regenerative processes, anything else that we're going to apply on the skin, anything that we want our skin to do, we also want to nullify the effects of environmental aggressors, UV radiation, etc., in order to have the skin perform what we want it to perform in the best way. So it's not only you it's not only a product that you should incorporate, or an ingredient that you should incorporate to treat something. It is also an ingredient that you should incorporate in order to support anything else that you're treating. Um, so integrating it into a daily routine is super important. It boosts the efficacy of your sunscreen. Hopefully, you're using BioShield SPF 40. But if you remember the podcast that I was talking about BioShield SPF 40 and explaining why we're incorporating lipochromin 6, which is another very strong antioxidant, into it. And we talked about the fact that science or research shows us that incorporating an antioxidant together with your sunblock does something very interesting and really fortifies the effects of the protective effects of sunblocks. So having that extra layer is very beneficial, very important, and kind of makes sure we cover all our bases. Um, so make sure to layer it kind of in the more in the beginning of the routine, for like a serum. That's where we're going to see higher concentration of ascorbate vitamin C, excuse me. But we also, for example, incorporated in lower amounts in our C.A.R.E moisturizer in order to make sure that it is present in every layering of product that we apply on the skin. Of course, don't forget the importance of sun protection. Together, they are really a powerful duo as far as protecting you from environmental stressors, but also keeping your complexion youthful and radiant for a very long time, because we are putting our skin into homeostasis much easier. I did mention so popular products that we have that contain ascorbate form of vitamin C are, of course, C.A.R.E and Pro C.A.R.E, which I mentioned. We are using MAP, which is a different type of vitamin C, in our BioC peptide spray. But this is a different, for a different episode, maybe a Q&A or something like that. We have to use a product that's water soluble, and we have to use a product that you'll feel comfortable using throughout the day as many times as you would like. So it's actually a really weak type of vitamin C, but it's mainly there to protect you from blue light and to create some very minute antioxidative benefits that you can kind of enjoy during the day. So that's a different topic and discussion. The main products that we use that have high levels of ascorbate vitamin C are C.A.R.E and Pro C.A.R.E. So make sure you choose those products, you use those products on a daily basis to create the most effective skincare routine, especially in the morning. You could use Pro C.A.R.E. C.A.R.E. you should use twice a day, but you can also use Pro C.A.R.E. in the evening, preferably not if you are using bioretinol in that evening. Why is that? Is because even though I said ascorbate form vitamin C is less sensitizing, is less irritating, still it does cause call for renewal. So there is some sensitizing effect that's happening. Combining it with something like bioretinol, which anyway stimulates renewal, creates some controlled damage, which is important for, combating wrinkles and skin tone. Combining the two might be too much for some skin types. So if you would like to explore that, you could venture into that very delicately. But normally, what we want to see is using bioretinol at night, the nights that you can. Again, refer to our information on how to use bioretinol, But if there are nights that you're not using bioretinol, you definitely can use Pro C.A.R.E those nights. Um, Another thing that's very interesting as far as boosting the effects of Pro C.A.R.E is using the hyperbaric mask overnight after we applied our moisturizer. So we're applying Pro C.A.R.E, we're applying C.A.R.E, and after that has absorbed the moisturizer, we are going to apply the hyperbaric mask overnight. And because the hyperbaric mask creates a very high saturation of oxygen in our skin, creates more energy through ATP, activates detoxification pathways, and also creates higher expression of collagen creating genes. Vitamin C, ascorbate form vitamin C, really enhances that process because it's important for collagen creation. So that combo is extremely effective. And if you've guessed correctly that uh, if you guessed that hyperbaric mask is probably a good combination with 99% of our products and products in general, you're right. That just is one example to why. So that was a short podcast about vitamin C, why we use ascorbate form vitamin C. Um, so I hope you enjoyed that. You can definitely go into a rabbit hole as far as different types of vitamin C, when to use them, etc. If you have any questions about it, please do write to us either on Instagram. But the best thing to do is actually to leave a review for this podcast. And in the review, if there is a question that you would like answered, that is the best way to get that question answered. Because obviously, we reviews are very important to us, since more reviews and better reviews means this podcast is being recommended to more people. More people can enjoy the information that we provide in this podcast, and so we read those reviews, and we will be happy to answer any questions that you would have. We promise if you leave a question on the review, it's going to be answered as soon as possible. But yeah, thank you very much. That was another episode brought to you by Young Goose, the biohacking skincare company. And I wish you a very good rest of your day and week. Take care.